Welcome back. In this video, I have another look at this R65 as after its initial run, it just won't start anymore. So I started to wonder what could possibly be wrong with it because it was in pieces, and I started to think maybe one of the rings is not the right way around, or maybe there's a valve leaking somewhere. So I decided to pull the pistons off again and have a close look. I checked the valve clearances and they're alright, so I removed the head, and it's unlikely, but I wanted to check that I had the piston orientated the right way. Carefully just make sure everything's in its right spot, and I pull that head off and then have a quick look in. And usually on an R65 there's an arrow and it points forwards towards the front of the bike, and you'll have a look in a moment. You can see it, it's very hard to see though, but if you can't see it, the inlet port is bigger than the exhaust. So you can see here you have the bigger port matched to the bigger inlet obviously, and that points to the rear in this particular bike. So with that looking okay, I pull the barrel off and finally expose part of the piston. So I keep part of the piston in here because it is important that you can hold it as you knock that pin out. Once that's out, it's finally out, and I have a good look at the piston rings. Now on an R65, all rings can only go one way, the bottom, the middle and the top. And I pull the top out. Normally there's a marking on the top, and in this case there's no marking at all. And when I assembled it in the first place, there was nothing in the book, and I took a guess. But here's how you know. You can see that there's a bevel on the inside, and that needs to point upwards because that top ring actually has a little taper on it as well. And unfortunately, when I put it together, I had it the wrong way around, and gas was obviously passing because the compression went from about 110 down to 75, and it's just very unlikely to start at 75 psi. So basically put it back together. I assume it's going to be the same on the other side, which it is, because I obviously checked it, but I thought the bevel had to point downwards. So if you have one of these bikes and it's not marked, the bevel points up. Slowly put it back together. Knock that pin in, the gudgeon pin, and put the circlip in, put the head back on. Check that the valve clearances are right. And same on the other side. We put the exhaust on, and then we finally get ready to see if it's going to start again. Now at this point, check for spark, carby's back on, and check compression. And you can see we went from 75, we're up around 130, which is good. So here it is. We'll see if it's going to start this time. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Alright, turn the key on there. Should be on. I think so. Other way, yeah.